Hello everyone, how are you doing? I know this is the graveyard shift, but how are you doing? Good, good. So listen, me and my friend here, Sondas, we are going to do the quickest, most impactful fireside chat. But this time we're going to make it slightly different and we want to engage you all because it's coming down, you know, it's second day of the conference. You don't want to sit here and just watch us talking to each other like you guys don't exist. So we're going to keep you in the loop. We're going to ask you questions. We want to find out about your own experiences. Is that okay? Is that okay? Because let's do this. Let's raise the energy. So let's start by way of introduction.
Thank you, my friend. This is Sondas Hassouna, co-founder of Magnet Logistics Network. I have been working in the marketing field for 15 years now. And I'm really dedicated in the B2B marketing. So email is one of my things that I really work a lot with.
Awesome, brilliant.
Okay.
And my name is Michelle Raymond. I'm coming all the way from London, England. I'm a leadership coach. Woo, woo, to English people in the house. I'm coming all the way from London, England. I'm a leadership coach and trainer. I work with corporates that want to empower their emerging leaders. So that's what I do. And this is not my first time in Dubai. I do fly to Dubai quite often to do leadership training. And I'm here on this panel. Sondas is the expert. She's the marketing guru. I'm here as a small business owner that uses marketing and email marketing. And what we're going to do is just share our own experiences, but we want to hear from you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, is that okay? Awesome, brilliant. Let's get started then. So, we've got a quick question for all of you. Who here uses email marketing? Okay. And those that don't use email marketing, what do you use instead? LinkedIn. Who said LinkedIn? Okay, good, good, good. We're connected now. Good. LinkedIn does work. Anyone else? So we use email marketing. What do you use? Emails. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Okay, so, and who uses cold email marketing, where they don't really know who you are, you just rock up in their inbox, disturbing their day? No one does. Exactly. So how ironic. Who you do?
Yes.
Talk, tell us more. How do you do that?
I would just send, like, if you want to be ahead of your career and all this stuff,
Yeah.
you should develop yourself and train. And if you wanted to learn more, contact me with the number. And I just send it to everyone, all the emails that I have.
Good.
It works.
So,
Yeah, go for it.
is this effective with you? Do you get replies? You get clicks? Perfect.
The more what I do is to really want to do with a curious mind.
Okay, so I'd love to hear more about your experience in terms of the email marketing. But before we get started, I want to find out from you. You run a marketing agency. What's your thoughts on email marketing? Does it work? Cold emails for now. Does it work? We've heard from someone that it does work. Let's hear from your experience.
Sure. So cold email marketing is to reach people that you don't know and to begin interaction and to make the cold email into warm email and to get those into your subscribers list. And this could happen easily, but it depends on the message and the subject that you use when you contact. And also on the list that you contact.
Okay. So we've heard that it depends on what you're going to say in your emails, and it's usually the starting point for warm emails. Okay. So my question to you, as we converse about this, is what are some of the things we must be doing, either as agencies or small business owners? What can we be doing more of to make sure that people open our emails?
Well, first of all, the subject and the subject line, they should not contain any spammy words like sale and so on. These words are going to make those into spam. and this is not good for sure. Second thing is to use personalization in the body and in the subject. Well, personalization can be more than the contact name. It can be like country and what exactly do you offer and everything. And this can be also automated via using platforms like MailChimp, Bravo, and many others.
Okay, brilliant. So let's ask the audience. So, question for you guys. When was the last time you sent an email to someone you didn't really know too well? They could be a potential client, and what was the response? So have a think. The last time you sent an email, and it's not someone that you've built a long-term relationship with, and what was the response on that? If we can see a show of hands. Brenda, can we have a mic to Brenda, please?
So what I found that works in life as well is opportunity. So we'll sending out emails. Sometimes we get a reply back that will say, "Wow, I've just been thinking about writing my book, and you landed in my inbox. The universe is telling me something," and I think I'm beginning to warm to cold email, because you just don't know who's wanting to write a book or wanting to know something about brand or writing or any of the other elements that we use at Book Brilliance Publishing. So there's always the opportunity that you're going to speak to the right person. And if there's opportunity, you gotta take action.
All right, brilliant. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? What's your experience of sending a cold email, and what was the response? Lady in the white.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Miranda. Well, as per my experience, sending a cold email to the client is a positive opportunity, because I work as a sales and advertising company, okay? I mostly deal with the hospitals, and some of those are not, I don't know them. But I got the email address from someone else who's also in the marketing and sales. So they shared to me, and okay, I send an email, our company profile, and they get back to me. And now, to be honest with you, some of those are my clients.
There you go. So it does work sometimes. It's trial and error. Would we agree that it's trial and error? You just don't know who's going to answer, who's going to respond, and sometimes, and I think what you were saying there is about, it can, if we use spammy words, what can happen? Does it go into the junk mail? What happens?
It goes directly to the spam box or the junk box. So, and this for sure affects badly the email and the company itself.
So brand reputation. And sometimes, like Brenda said, she managed to email somebody and it just hit them at the right time. Because, as we heard from the earlier panelists, timing is everything. You just don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they're working on. And sometimes you just have to take a chance. And it's something that I've done. So I do a lot of leadership training, and I deliver leadership training for some of the top universities in the UK. So I thought, why don't I send some emails out to other random universities who have no clue who I am, and let's see what happens. So I sent to a few, and clearly they didn't get my email. It might have gone into spam, who knows. But one other university, they responded to me and said, tell me more of the work that you're doing with UCL, University College London. And I told them, and they said, oh, actually, I might need to introduce you to somebody. And would you believe that they now introduced me to one of the professors at Abu Dhabi University? And guess who I've got a meeting with next week, guys? So it works, right?
Congratulations on this. Very glad
It works. Sometimes it works.
Perfect.
So tell us, from your expertise, what things can we be doing also to, you mentioned not to use spammy language, and I remember reading that if we put a number in the subject line, some people are more likely to open that. What do you think?
Yeah, using numbers is good, but it depends on the content. Since the subject itself and the body of the email for sure, should be related to each other. It cannot be separated. So if you are saying that this is valid for 1 day, so in the body, we should mention the same.
Brilliant. So we've got a question for you. Okay. Let's see how this works. Who knows how this works? Where's the arrows? The green button. Hmm? Ah. I've got the question here, so I can ask it if that happens. Okay. It's working? Okay, so, brilliant, thank you. So we've got some headlines there. Hopefully you can see them. Let me move out the way. So let me see a show of hands. See what's new this November. Is that a good headline? Let me see. Okay. See what's new this November. Okay, let's give you the mic. Why do you think it's a good headline?
Well, because the others are lousy headlines. So I think this is the only one that's good.
Okay, all right, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And the lady over there, why do you think that's good? And then Sondas is going to tell us whether it's a good one or not.
See what's new this November. It's something to look forward, or curiosity will be in there. That's why.
Human is a curious people. Human are very curious, you know, and of course it was like, oh, what's there? Maybe I get something, you know, something like that.
So Sondas, from your perspective, is that a good one or not?
Well, using dates is good, but there is nothing is mentioned here to grab my attention, actually. I think if I see many emails like this, I will not waste my time on them.
All right, interesting. So what may be good for some people may not be good for others, depending on where you are. So what about the second one? These 35 events are looking for speakers. Is that a good subject line? Yes, so say yes. Hugo, you're saying yes? Who else is saying yes? Yeah? Sondas, is that a good headline?
Yeah, perfect. If I am a speaker, I will be curious to know what are the 35 events that I can just be a part of.
Brilliant.
For sure.
And this is actually, that one is one that came into my inbox. And understand, when I saw that subject line, I was like, let me open that email. I was so desperate to see. And then, you know what I did afterwards? I looked at the date that the email was sent, because I was thinking, am I late? Has other people already applied for this? So that resonated with me. Now, I don't know if they knew that I was a speaker, but, they took a chance and it worked. So thank you for that. What about the third one? Annual pass flash sale. Enjoy 20%. Is that a good subject line? Are we saying yes? Mm-hmm. Anyone who thinks it's not?
It doesn't say enjoy 20% off.
Oh, no, that's how it said. That's all it said? Ambiguous, isn't it? Yeah. What do you think, Hugo? Salesy. Sondas?
Okay, this will never be inbox. This will be as a spam box. I think majority of us don't check the spam box. Or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
why.
Okay. Yes, so it could go to spam, possibly. I think probably the word sale. You mentioned the word sale.
Yeah.
If you use certain words,
yes,
it'll just trigger off spam. Okay, and the last one. Publications want to buy your repurposed content. Is that a good subject line? 50-50. 50.
Again, there's not enough information that's really talked to.
Would you open it? Nah. Tala, you wouldn't open it either. Why wouldn't you open it? So can we have a mic over here for her?
It's very ambiguous to me. I don't know it came from who, what, when, for what. If I am not targeted, if I'm not in any of that business, I would be like, delete. Or it would go directly to my spam without me even thinking.
So you wouldn't even see it anyway then? Yeah. So from your perspective.
Well, if I am a content writer, yes, I will for sure open it. But I think it will be more if they just change your with my name.
Ah, yeah. And that's a question. Has any of you opened emails where your name has been mentioned in the subject matter? All the time.
You get in the trap.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what Sondas was talking about, that personalization. It takes a bit more work for the person who's sending it out, but if it's going to increase the open rate, and I think in the research it did say something around 87% of emails are opened more often when they're personalized with a name. So that's something as you as agencies can definitely think about. So thank you for that. So we just wanted to end with this, just to remind you of some of the subject lines which are not so great, especially subject lines in capitals. Who's ever seen that? Oh, that annoys me. It's like that continuous shouting, yeah? So we don't like that. And what about the clickbait subject lines?
Yeah.
You know, do you have any examples of a clickbait subject line?
Well, as of now, no.
It's like
Something
something
in
that really hooks you in, but it's usually fabricated. Is that right? Yeah? Good. What else? Typos. If you make spelling errors, grammatical errors in the subject line. No. Anything else there, Sonda, that stands out for you?
Okay. The spam, as we said earlier, and long subject.
Wrong subject.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, and we just wanted to just bring this to your attention. Is there anything else you want to add around? I'm not the marketer, remember. I'm the person who uses, your expertise. So is there anything else around email marketing that we should be aware of?
Yes, when using any automated platform, I think that it's very important to build the list. When you're building the list, put your contact name and email, other information, if any website or something. It will be beneficial when you're just doing the content of the email, so you can have many variables, and it will be amazing working with you, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I just want to echo what Sundad has said in terms of, I think email marketing works when you build a relationship. And you can build a relationship on a number of platforms, that many of us here may now be connected on LinkedIn. We've met each other here, so once you get an email from me, it won't go into junk. You're going to read it because we've had this interaction. So I think networking, building relationships is key to email marketing. And there's going to be issues and times where you just don't have the capacity to build the network. You just want to send out some really credible content to potential clients that need a service that you can offer. And if that is the case, then you send it out and you'll keep testing. There's A/B testing. You test the market to see if it's open, the open rates. But I really do believe that building relationships is going to really increase your email open rates. And we're going to be talking more about that tomorrow morning in terms of networking. But any final...
Yes, it's very important to use, if you are using any automated system, to use the timing. You can choose the best timing that fits the country that you are contacting, the best time that the client is opening, and this is also known for MailChimp and other platforms, so it works well, actually. Thank you.
Brilliant. So guys, please connect us on LinkedIn. Do not email me if we have not built a relationship. Do not email Sondas if you have not built a relationship with her. So feel free to build a relationship, and let's keep this going. Take care, guys, and thank you so much for your time.
Let's ask some questions, if anybody have any questions.
Okay.
I think because we spoke a little bit about subject headlines, a little bit how to be appropriate, but when we develop a relationship, what kind of narrative do you want to be describing? You want to be writing something just towards your audience, or you want to be immediately thinking about pain points? You want to be immediately trying to put yourself on someone else's shoes. What would be a little bit your take? Your point of view, or immediately your audience, and start writing about this?
Well, for me, it depends to the client itself, the segmentation you are targeting. But always choosing the pain points, it's working well. Yeah. And just tell them that I have already know this information about you, and then list this information and tell them that how can you help them. But I think the thing that work well is that to offer something for free, not to just from the early beginning to tell them just buy this and we can. No, if you have like Zoom meetings online, if you have webinars, books to download for free, it's a catchy way to get them as a subscribers.
Thank you.
I hope I can help.
Absolutely. Another question that I will have also for Michelle. If we talk about thought leadership, how would you take this angle? Would you take it a little bit in terms of how to create valuable content, but at the same time, how would you assess this? Would you start looking around?
So that's a really great question, and I tell you what I think about thought leadership. A lot of us do not do a lot of thought leadership. When I go onto LinkedIn, I see lots of stuff around 5 steps to, 10 ways to. That's not thought leadership. Thought leadership is more niche. It's giving you more directive guidance and advice, and it puts you in a position as an expert. So, for example, I'm doing an event in November, and in that event, I'm bringing together like small micro businesses and corporates together. So I now need to make sure that my content on LinkedIn is thought leadership around diverse suppliers and how we, people like us, are credible and innovative and can sell to corporates. And then I use that thought leadership and I see who comments, I see who views, then I find their email addresses on hunter.io and then I send them an email. And now I just link what they made a comment on my LinkedIn in the body of my email, so I'm no longer cold, I'm more of a warm lead. Yeah.